happened to you?
Where's Victoria?
Getting a bite to eat in the kitchen.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. Quite a stack of papers there.
Yeah, work is stacking up at the office. What happened? You look as if you've been crawling around in a dusty basement or something.
You know, oddly enough, I have been. I gotta change right now. Can you just let Victoria know I'm home?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
where you been?
I've been rummaging around in a basement.
Why?
Oh, looking for clues.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Sorry, pal. Sworn to secrecy.
Well, I hope you found what you were looking for.
Sure did. Not that it's gonna do anybody any good. What's your story? What, are you out of school?
Yep. Teacher's conference.
Oh, lucky you. So what, Mac's in the kitchen?
No, she's not here. She had something she had to do.
She's all right, though.
Mac's about to make the biggest mistake of her life. And there's nothing I can do to stop her.
Hi, Mackenzie.
Hey, you got a sec?
Sure. Something I can do for you?
Is my mom here?
She went to run a few errands. She should be back pretty soon. I applaud your decision to let Amanda stay in town a while longer to see if the two of you can reconnect.
Yeah, about
Yeah,
that.
it'll be good for both you and your mom to try to clarify some things.
What is there to clarify? Has she been trying to convince you that this is all my problem? That I'm still confused about what happened in St. Louis?
Whoa, Mac. Sorry. Poor choice of words. All I meant was that it'll be constructive for the two of you to talk stuff out.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that. I've changed my mind. I don't want my mom in Genoa City.
Got a message that you wanted to see me?
Yeah, I did.
Listen, we didn't get to talk at the funeral, but what you said about Ryan was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
I'm assuming you're in Victoria's office because you're covering for her?
No. I'm actually handling Ryan's projects.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to handle Victoria's duties?
No, I do not. Most of Victoria's job duties are off limits to you, and you know that.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me.
I just wanted to make that perfectly clear to you.
Okay, okay. Why'd you want to see me?
Because, Phyllis, I have an assignment for you.
Okay.
I want you to brainstorm some ways to pump up the internet holiday promotion.
Holiday 2001?
Is that a problem?
Okay, I'll have some ideas on your desk in a few days.
No, I need them on my desk first thing tomorrow morning.
Neil, come on, how can I possibly get
Phyllis, no excuses, all right? Just simply do it.
Listen, we already have a campaign in the works, a very good campaign.
Phyllis, I want to see the numbers increase. Is there something that you don't understand about that?
Close your eyes, Pop.
Why?
Just humor me. What does that scent say to you?
Springtime.
Unbelievable. Give the man a gold star.
You mean your old dad got it right?
The question is, have I? I've been modifying this fragrance for months. I almost gave up.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, me too. What are you working on?
Oh, something very exciting.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm reviewing the fourth quarter projections.
How's it look?
Oh, I don't know. My mind keeps wandering.
Thinking about Ryan?
Honey, I just had the highest regard for that young man as a professional and as a human being. I just can't believe he's dead.
I know. Life goes on, but it's a little difficult to get motivated, isn't it?
Oh, exactly.
So what's the status on the holiday trip?
Well, you know, our plans are almost set. I'm waiting to hear from your sister, you know, so we can discuss what dates would work best.
4 of you are going to have an absolute blast in the Bahamas, and I'm jealous.
Oh, honey, you know, this resort we're staying at, it's just fabulous, and it has great activities for kids, but the problem is you have to sign up in advance, and I need some input from Colleen while we have time.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't heard from Tracy yet.
Me too.
I know what you're worried about, and before you jump to conclusions, I've got an idea.
All right, what?
Why don't you call New York? Find out what's going on.
Is anyone gonna get that? Hello?
Colleen? Is that you?
Oh, Granddad. Hi.
Are you okay, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm fine.
Well, good, good. Well, look, I'm calling about the trip to the Bahamas.
Who's going to the Bahamas?
Oh, goodness.
We're going to the Bahamas?
Oh, goodness. I shouldn't have said anything.
Why not?
Well, obviously, your mother wanted to make it a surprise, and now I've gone ahead and blown it.
So my mom knew about this.
Well, I assume she would have told you by now.
So, have you ever been to the Bahamas?
As a matter of fact, I have, young lady.
Was it cool?
Oh, honey, it's fantastic. The resort is right on the beach, and they have all kinds of activities for teenagers, like horseback riding, scuba diving, parasailing.
Sounds amazing.
But look, the activities fill up fast, so I want to get you registered. Now, what would you like to do?
Definitely parasailing. I've always wanted to try that.
All right, anything else?
Horseback riding would be fun, but only if you come with me.
Okay, it's a deal. All right, look, I will call the resort this afternoon, and I will sign us up.
Well, thanks, Granddad. It'd be so great to see you and get out of this apartment.
Colleen, how are things there?
Colleen, what are you doing on the phone?
Can you hold on?
You are not supposed to be getting calls.
Well, I had to answer it. The machine didn't pick up.
Who is it?
Granddad. He told me about the trip. Do you want to speak to him?
I will talk to him later. You tell him goodbye and get off the phone.
But we're not finished.
Colleen, do it now.
Granddad, I'm sorry. I have to go.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Look, we'll talk later, and you tell your mom that I called, okay?
I will. Bye.
How you doing with that backpack, Jill?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm doing great. Sean, this is so beautiful. This is exactly the way you described it.
What do you think of the campsite?
What, are we here?
Yep.
Boy, you weren't kidding. We really are going to be roughing it, aren't we?
Well, that's the whole point. Get back to nature, away from the stress of city life. I bet you there's not another soul for miles.
You know something? I'm really glad that we're staying here tonight.
Why's that?
Well, because it's getting dark, and I doubt we'd find our way back to the car. We'd probably get lost. No, I would get lost. I'm sure you could find the car with your eyes shut.
We say we set up camp.
Great.
You know, the best part of this trip is gonna be getting cozy with you in this sleeping bag.
Oh, honey, I hear that.
Makes me almost wish the day would hurry up and end.
Oh, not me. I'm enjoying myself way too much.
You hungry?
After that hike, I'm famished.
Me too.
Well, no, leave the unpacking to me. You just get started preparing dinner.
Well, maybe you should be in charge of preparing the meal.
Me?
Yeah, it's your first time camping. I want you to get the full experience.
No! I am way too hungry to take any chances here. I'm gonna let the expert man the stove.
You insist.
You want Amanda to leave town without even talking to her?
Some things have happened recently.
Feel like telling me about them?
You have no idea how vulnerable my mom is to my stepdad. He had this power over her.
Yeah, had, meaning past tense.
I don't know. My mom may say that she's over the guy. She may even say that she hates him and never wants to see him again. But how do I know that she's being honest? With me or herself?
Well, have you talked to Amanda about your stepfather?
A little. Billy's talked to her more than I have.
What did she say?
She said she should have taken my word over my stepdad's. She swears that no one's more important to her than I am.
There's something I think you should see.
You said I took it home with me? Well, then it should be in my briefcase. But I need to sign them right away. Okay, thank you.
Hi. Is Victoria still in the kitchen?
You know, I think she got her appetite back.
Good. Have you seen Nicholas today?
He was here a little while ago.
How are he and Sharon doing?
I don't know how to say.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey.
Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
Fine.
You want to talk a little bit about what happened last night?
What happened last night?
I had a dream that Ryan came back to me and we exchanged our vows.
She said it seemed like he was right there in the room
He
with her.
was. He was. I put my wedding ring in the drawer in the end table, and when I woke up, it was on my finger.
Honey, sometimes.
No. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I probably put it on while I was sleeping, but
It seemed very real to you.
it was real. I felt so close to him. I felt like his arms were around me, and
Baby, in a way, his love is always going to be there for you.
will it? 'Cause I'm just so afraid that it's gone forever. I'm so afraid that I'll never feel like that ever again.
When were you planning on telling me about the trip?
Actually, I wasn't.
You mean never? I don't understand. Granddad said he talked to you and it was happening.
Well, that's because initially I said yes to the idea. I thought it would be good for all of us to get away from here. That was before my little discovery.
Ugh, not this again.
Colleen, you're 14 years old. Smoking marijuana is serious.
You've already lectured me 1,000 times.
I will keep lecturing you until you get the message. Honey, I should have talked to your grandfather about this, and I will. But the bottom line is, we have changed our minds. We're not going on that vacation. And neither are you.
So tell me, how's Colleen?
Well, she certainly sounded excited when I told her about the Bahamas.
Kind of surprised she hadn't heard about it yet.
Me too. I would have thought her mother would have mentioned it by now.
I hope you didn't ruin her Christmas present.
You know, that's what I thought at first. But then I started to wonder if there wasn't another reason that her mother didn't mention it.
Like what?
Well, when I told Colleen about our plans, she was very enthusiastic. But strange, at the beginning of the call and at the end of the call, she didn't sound like herself. Now, you said you talked to your sister.
Yeah.
Well, how did she sound?
I got the impression that things were still pretty rough, and that she probably views this trip as a much-needed break.
Yeah, that's what worries me. You know, nothing has improved since she and Colleen have gone back east. And I'm wondering if it isn't time that I find out what the problem is.
You know that Steve and Tracy want to work things out on their own.
Honey, I realize that, but they've been trying for some time now. And they just haven't gotten through to the girl. And maybe it's time that we let them know that they need some help.
So let me see if I got this straight. The woman who talked Colleen into coming home is Mackenzie's mother?
You got it.
Wow, small world.
No, not exactly. Amanda didn't just happen to be in Genoa City. She was here because of Mac. They actually hooked up back in September. Probably saw her on the website last summer.
Which would explain Mackenzie's initial reluctance to be on camera.
Anyway, she hung around, was staying at the shelter. And she saw Mac talking to Colleen and realized that there was a connection. And that's what prompted her to help out.
You really think the only reason she stepped in was to impress her daughter?
Maybe not, yeah. I think probably she's a decent person.
So where do things stand now?
Max said that she could stay in town. Now she's worried that was a bad idea. She won't even talk to the woman.
Seems kind of harsh.
Max got her reasons.
I take it this Amanda wasn't exactly Mother of the Year.
No, not by a long shot. Still, you only have one mom. I'm afraid she's gonna regret pushing her away.
So you think there's a chance mother and daughter can hash out their differences?
I don't know. But I think they should give it a try.
Tell you what I'd do if I were you. I would stay out of this one.
Where did you get this?
Came in the mail.
If Ralph sent it, he's figured out where my mom is. What if he comes to Genoa City?
Mac, calm down. Your stepfather has no idea where Amanda is.
How do you know that?
Listen to me. I contacted a number of shelters in and out of state. They all received flyers. This was a blanket mailing.
Still, I have a bad feeling, Ned. I've been having these nightmares about my stepdad, and now this, it's a sign, Ned, a really bad one.
Come on, Mac. You don't honestly believe that. Now, look. I finally convinced your mother this guy can't get to her, and I did not have the impression that she feels vulnerable to him. She never wants to see him again.
I don't know, Ned. Maybe you're right, but I can't help feeling
You're still uneasy, huh?
I can't have my mom in my life. Too much has happened. It's impossible to go back and change things. I just can't deal with my mother, okay?
Hey, Ned, can...
Why the sudden desire to fiddle around with the website, Neil? Do you have something on Globe by Jabot? Want to beat him to the punch?
Phyllis, I'm not privy to any insider information.
You sure you haven't been doing a little industrial espionage?
I just want to see the numbers go up.
Why the urgency?
I already told you, I want to boost morale.
Neil, with all due respect, a new promotion is not going to happen for a number of reasons.
Really? Why don't you give me 3 of them?
It's Christmas time. It's right around the corner. It's too late to get something new up and running, at least something good.
Okay, there's one. Continue.
We already have a campaign in place, a very good campaign. We can't change horses midstream. It'll undermine what we already have.
That's 2. One more.
It's a financial risk, Neil. Going with something untested could cost us millions of dollars.
Phyllis, that's where you're wrong. We have assets, we have money. If you pitch in, work some extra hours, this thing is doable.
Wait a second, wait a second. Are you suggesting I'm not a team player?
No, all I'm saying.
Let me
Phyllis-
tell you something, Neil Winters. I contribute to this company. I do my share and more.
Okay, Phyllis, you better listen.
No, you listen to me, all right? I've been going through a lot right now in my personal life. I was gonna take some time off. But then when Ryan died, I decided not to because I wanted to be a team player. I wanted to support your precious team.
So are you telling me that you're not going to do what I'm asking you to
Yes,
do?
I have given 110% to this campaign. If you want to change it, you do it yourself, or you get yourself another webmaster, okay?
Come here, my sweetheart. You feeling any better now?
Yeah, a little.
You know, your mother and I will always be here for you, no matter what happens.
I'm gonna get a tissue.
I'm so glad you're here for this. While she's going through that, I know it's a great comfort to her, and it is to me too, having you here.
I'm glad I'm here.
And I'm so grateful that she decided to stay here at the ranch while she's healing. Between the two of us, we can arrange her schedule so that somebody is always with her.
Sure. You know, I'm just worried that sitting around the house not going to be good for her.
Well, what other option is there right now?
Sweetheart, I think work has always been therapeutic for you, has it not?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that I might go into the office. Work is what I need right now.
Oh, what a great day. I feel like a totally new person. I mean, who would have ever thought that I, Jill Abbott, would shoot the rapids in a kayak and live to tell about it?
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Speaking of credit, you were so adorable today. The way you made me feel at ease by pretending that you were a novice like me, when in truth you've probably been kayaking 100 times.
Well, maybe not that many.
Well, you still know a lot more than you let on. You know what was particularly adorable? The way you pretended you didn't even know how to paddle. And then when you turned upside down, you were under the water, you waited for the guide to come and flip you over. Oh my God, you put on such a show, flailing your arms all over the place.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
I do have a bit of a bone to pick with you, though.
Why, what?
I just think that you could have dropped that act when we were bungee jumping, because, sweetie, the truth is, I was so looking forward to seeing you kind of strut your stuff, you know, instead of you grabbed onto me and you said that we didn't have to do it. I mean, that was a bit much.
Well, I just, didn't want you to have to do it for my sake,
Boy, I must have been getting out some really strong fear vibes.
Few.
Well, never mind. It was all worth it. Oh, my God. Free falling over that water. That was the most incredible feeling I've ever had in my life. You know something? This is going to sound really weird, but I feel like I have a whole new relationship with fear. I feel like I've mastered it. Oh, my God, Sean. This must be what it feels like to be you.
Haven't I been punished enough, Mother?
You obviously think so.
Yes, I do. I am grounded and I can't use the phone
And you know the reason.
because I cut some stupid dance class, I smoked a little weed, and now you canceled the trip. I mean, talk about overreacting.
And that attitude, young lady, has just got your punishment extended.
This is so lame.
Colleen, do I have to remind you what happened here a few days ago?
No, but I'm sure you will anyway.
Honey, you showed up visibly stoned. You refused to take a drug test, and you finally admitted to smoking pot. Now, how dare you say that this is all in my mind?
I didn't say that, did I?
Colleen, you lied to us. Repeatedly. And for some reason, you don't think you've done anything wrong.
Fine. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Are you happy? Now can we go to the Bahamas?
I already said no. Your father and I did not make a snap decision about this, Colleen. We wanted to go. But under the circumstances, it doesn't make sense.
Well, what are you gonna say next? That this is hurting you more than it's hurting me? If you had only told me about the trip.
What? You would have shaped up? Colleen, this is not about rewards. This is about the kind of person you're becoming. Colleen, it doesn't have to be like this. You just need to take responsibility for your actions. Honey, we love you so much.
Then why are you trying to ruin my life?
We're trying to save your life.
Just go away. Ricky, it's me. I'm glad you're home. I'm coming over. Yeah, I'm still grounded. I'll see you soon.
Daddy, whatever you do, just be careful, okay?
You afraid I'll overstep?
We've all tried to get through to Colleen.
Honey, I'm not being naive. Now, you realize more than anyone that I know it's normal for teenagers to go through difficult times, but this has gone on long enough.
Tracy knows she has a support system, and the fact that she's agreed to go on this trip, I think, is a very positive sign. You're going to be together very soon.
Now, I'm looking forward to it.
If she calls, don't pressure her on this, really.
I should let it go.
I think that would be best.
Well, trip is in a couple of weeks. I suppose I'd get into it then. I'll just look at it as a working vacation.
And I think you're going to make a huge difference.
Sure hope so. Well, I intend to do everything in my power. And I really believe that this trip is just the ticket.
I'll give you ladies some time alone.
Well, he took off in a hurry.
It's because I told him I wanted to see you.
You're having second thoughts on letting me stay in town.
I was. Until I saw this.
Why didn't Ed show that to you?
It's okay. Look, I want to know everything.
Well, if it's okay, how about I start things off?
All right.
Now, you realize that talking about this is going to bring up some bad memories.
You mean about Ralph?
There's no way around it. There's something that's been troubling me since you first told me about your stepfather. What Ralph did to you, did it only happen once?
Why do you ask?
Well, a couple of months earlier, when you told me that he was making you feel uncomfortable with some of the things that he was saying, the way he looked at you, and I ignored you.
It only happened that one time.
Are you sure?
Yes. And as far as the other stuff goes, that started happening around the time that I told you.
Okay, and there was nothing before that?
What, are you gonna start defending him again or something?
No, honey.
When Ralph first came into our lives, he seemed like a nice guy. He never did anything bad. He picked me up from school, went to all my soccer games.
Yeah, the two of you seem to get along okay.
He was like any parent.
Except he was biding his time.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit it's a relief knowing that this nightmare didn't start till you were a little older. At least I know that I wasn't blind the entire time that I was with Ralph.
You were never blind. You just chose not to see it.
Never mind.
Never mind you're going to leave the website alone, or never mind I should be filing for unemployment.
Never mind as in I'm going to do it on my own. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Listen, Neil, I know you're not upset with me. I know you're angry because of what happened to Ryan. You were very close to him.
I'm busy, Phyllis.
Boosting the numbers on the internet isn't just raising team spirit, it's about raising your own spirits and keeping Ryan and Victoria's work alive and making them look good.
Do you have a point?
Yeah. Redoing the promotion is a bad idea.
You already said that.
We could come to a compromise.
Kind of compromise.
Victoria traditionally handles the Valentine's Day campaign. I've been waiting for her input before designing a web component. If you have confidence in me, I can outline some ideas that would kickstart Victoria's thoughts by the time she gets back.
Just a few possibilities?
Right, nothing's set in stone.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm not quite sure how interested Victoria will be in Valentine's Day this year.
When do you think she's going to get back?
Hard to predict.
Okay. Good. Well, I'll get going.
Hey, Phyllis.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped on you like that.
Listen. It's okay.
No, it's not. You work very hard. I shouldn't have suggested otherwise.
Listen, I understand. Everybody's going through a tough time. If it's any consolation, we all miss Ryan. If you see Victoria before I do, tell her I'm thinking of her.
Honey, it might be a little too soon for you to go back to work.
No, Mother, I need to do something. I promise I won't overdo it.
Sweetheart, I can vouch for work. It's the best way to get your mind off things.
Listen, I need to clear off my desk. I'm gonna stay for a few hours and then I'll come home.
All right. Obviously, your mind is made up.
Do you need a ride?
No, I'll drive myself. Goodbye. I love you both.
Love you too.
I'm a little concerned. I'm driving alone.
Me too.
Honey, you're really having trouble with that stove.
It's just not the one I normally use.
God, I am so sorry. I should have talked to you before I bought it. But the salesman did say that this was the kind that most campers prefer, and I was sure that you'd be familiar with it. Let me give it a try.
No, thank you. Why don't you, set up the tent?
Oh, now that I can do. That I can do, because this model is supposed to be a cinch. All you have to do is throw it out there, and it pops open. Maybe I read the instructions wrong.
It's not opening?
No, sweetie, why don't you do it?
I'm in the middle of something.
It will not open, Sean. Please, give me some pointers.
I give up.
Darling.
I can't take this anymore.
No, the stuff doesn't matter. Forget it.
Look, I gotta be honest with you, Jill, all right? This is my first time.
First time in what?
Everything, all this whole wilderness gig. I've never done any of this before.
You heading home?
Yeah, I need to call the resort and make those reservations for Colleen. I'll get it, honey. John Abbott.
Dad, hi.
Well, Trace. Hi, sweetheart. Colleen told you I called?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, well, I wanted to finalize the details of our trip.
Actually, that's why I was calling you. I'm so sorry that I didn't get back to you sooner. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this.
Well, do what? Tracy, what is going on?
The trip is off, Dad.
So that's your advice? Stay out of it?
Look, I know you mean well.
Oh, but you don't think I should intervene?
I think it should be Mac's decision. A relationship between a mother and her daughter is serious business.
Jack, wait. You're confusing me here. You are famous for getting in people's faces when you think they're making a mistake, especially people you love.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
Oh, so do as I say, not as I do.
It's my nature. Doesn't mean it's smart or it's right.
Look, I know it's right. I believe that if Mac pushes her mom away, she is going to end up regretting it.
Look, if it's a mistake, it should be Mackenzie's mistake.
Jack, I don't know, man.
Why are you pushing this so hard?
I want Mac to be happy.
I sense there's more to it.
Mac has to deal with her issues, okay? And her past, and she cannot let them haunt her.
All this sounds good on paper. Try to remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
What does that mean?
If you push Mac into something, you're going to be responsible for it. Okay, when you decide what you're going to do, you let me know, okay?
I've already decided. I have to convince Mac that pushing her mom away right now is the worst thing that she could do.
When you were young, we were so close.
Yeah, I remember.
And then you hit adolescence and we'd argue over the silliest things.
Well, they seemed that way to you.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure at your age they seemed earth-shattering. Well, by the time you were 13 or 14, we were barely communicating. I was so frustrated. I mean, I didn't want to fight. But honey, that's all we ever did.
You had Ralph on your side.
No, actually I didn't.
Yeah, right.
No, really, he tried to defend you. I mean, he said that you were acting like a normal teenage girl. And I thought that he was just trying to build a bridge between us. Now I know the truth.
He had an agenda.
I mean, I should have seen what he was doing. I mean, and at the very least, when you told me about the things he was doing to make you feel uncomfortable, I should have talked to you about it. But I didn't. And I wish I had. Honey, I wish that with all my heart.
Me too.
Please,
I gotta go.
Please don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Leave. Again.
Join us again for The Young and the Restless.